Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. It's been quite some time. I've been cooking something special and hot for you guys, which will be coming soon. And you can hear me talk about it at the end of this video. So, as you can see, I've gone through some changes. I've shaved my beard. So, yeah, I'm cooking something hot for me to have done this. Anyways, today, what are we talking about? The creation of a struggle story. I feel like right now my YouTube is now tilting into the direction I actually envisioned it to be, which is I create like cool projects and then I tell you guys how the cool projects were created for those who care to listen. Anyways, so I wrote down a list of bullet points so that I don't go astray and miss here like I usually do. So this video is going to be more organized, kind of. So without further ado, let's head into the video. First of all, what is a struggle story? You guys may be asking. Is a short animation I created that just depicts like inner struggle and kind of like peace, something like that. It's currently on my channel, so you can find it, you can watch it. In fact, you are meant to watch it before coming to this video to now know how I did this. You first be wowed, then I'm like, oh, how did he do it? Then I will now show you how I did it. So it's a short animation, it's not up to a minute. So yeah, you can watch it and then come back to this video and let's break things down. So first of all, my inspiration behind it was I listened to this song. It's a prison song in this guy's upcoming movie, Oscar. I don't know his surname, please forgive me. But yeah, it's the prison song in his upcoming movie. It was going viral, it was trending. Anyways, yeah, so after I listened to the song, I was like, this song is nice. I had various ideas because the song goes like, now inside fire, they put us. So I had an idea of like a cage, a cage hanging, and then it's like hanging inside a volcano. I had different iterations of ideas that were crazy, but then at the point I wasn't even going to do it again, but then I just settled for this, which is this guy in this prison as the prison is burning. Yeah. So now let's go into how we created this idea I stuck with. Creating the prison. So here we are in Blender and let's just hide what is unnecessary. So for creating the prison itself was hand modeled by me in Blender, and then these bars are just geometry with wireframe modifier applied on it. So the prison itself was hand modeled. That's what you can see right now. The walls and the prison bars were hand modeled by me. Then every other thing in the prison I got it from Sketchfab. I wish I wrote the artist's name down or I could check, but thank you to all the artists that put free stuff or free high quality stuffs on Sketchfab. Yeah, so I actually looked at some references. Normally bed, a toilet and a sink in the prison, so that's just basically it. As you can see, a bed, a toilet and a sink. So these are the assets I got from Sketchfab. I modified the bed a little bit, but these are just how assets is. The Sketchfab assets were really nice. Like the textures were superb. Everything was nice. So yeah, that's mixed with the prison I modeled. And yeah, you can see everything is, the scene is already set. Like the scene is already set. It's now time for the extra magic, should I say, or not. So after the prison, we go to creating the human. The human was just a human gen human. So there's this add-on on Blender called human gen here, which you can create like avatars to your liking. So the human is just a human gen model. Yeah, basically. And then I added beads to his neck. And these beads I'd used them in a previous project, so I just re-imported them and resized them to fit. And that's one thing I liked about this one, is that I was just reusing things from a previous project. And that's something that, like, when you've started doing 3D for a long time, you get to start doing, because then you have done a bunch of projects now that now have a bunch of assets lying in them. So you can just be like, oh, this project, or if you want to be more organized, you can create like a whole assets library in Blender. Yeah, so I just imported these, and how this necklace work is that they are simulated. So it's It just clots him with internal velocity on, so they don't like crumble on each other. And yeah, that's basically how the necklaces were simulated. And now, if we look at the human, we can see he has a marking on his face, a drawing on his face, and a black eye. How I made this is just simple texture painting for the face paint. If we go into the texture paint, yeah, so in Blender texture painting, sorry, in Blender texture painting, I created a new texture, a blank texture, and then I just painted his face here, and then I combined it with the shader that already comes with human gen. So this is the human gen shader for the this is the whole human gen shader, and then this is the base color. So I just combined the texture paint I already created with the base color, and then for the eyes, in the human gen eyes, there's a place to just reduce like the color in the eyes, the opacity. So that just makes the eye color black, and then the glass reflection already does it takes over everything and makes the eye look black. Yeah. So basically, yeah, that's how the human was created. The human gen model with the beads and the face paint and the black eye, basically. Yeah. Now for the hardest part of this entire project, creating the fire. this was this was this was the part that nearly killed me. I nearly killed this system at the same time. Anyways, creating the fire. At first, I wanted to like make the whole prison um a fire effect also, and then create a domain around it. But the amount of resolution I would have used, and the amount that this fire and the amount of fire that would have been simulated, it can't even be simulated on this system because okay, it can, but it would have taken years, literally years. I'm telling you guys. So what did I do? I simulated it in bits, and then I combined everything. So I'm going to open the fire simulation itself. So let's go there. So here we are. Sorry, here we are in the fire simulation. And basically what I did was, there's going to be fire on the floor, yes. So I just simulated a bit of the floor with fire. And then in the other project, sorry, in the other blend file, I'm going to append this fire, and then I'm just going to duplicate it all over the floor. Then I did the same thing for the wall. A bit of fire on the wall, duplicate it. I did the same thing for the wall edge, then duplicate it among the edge. And that's just basically how the fire was created. Let's see if I can preview the fire. Yeah, so I just created them like fire assets, and then just did like some compositing directly in Blender. But this is a more tasking composite of fire, because if I render these out as elements and use them in like After Effects or Fusion, it would have been like more easier. But this is still going to Blender is still going to have to render the volume, because the fire is a volume object. So Blender is still going to have to render the volume. So it still took a long time to render. But basically, this is how the fire was created, was in bits, like assets, and then I just plastered them all over the prison in this scene. I'm going to activate I'm going to activate the fire now. Yeah, so the fire is activated, and you guys can see what I'm talking about. I don't even know if my recording will be hanging right now or not, but I pray it's not hanging. But anyways, this was how I duplicated the fire. Now, to make the fire grow, I did that in the shading, and it's quite simple. So let's go to the shading of the fire, and let's talk about that really. So what I'm doing in the shading is, I have an empty, I have an empty, and what I'm doing is I'm using it to mix with the fire shader itself. The empty is controlled by a gradient. The empty, is controlling a gradient texture, and then I'm using that to control where the fire material is. So this is the empty controlled by the gradient texture right here, and I'm using that to control where the fire will appear with a mix shader. I'm using that to control where the fire will appear. So when I scale the empty, the fire will grow basically, and then all the fire duplicates, they are sharing this same material. Yeah, that's how the fire was created, and that's why I said this is the part that nearly killed me and killed the system, because to render this whole stuff, was disastrous. I'm sure there are better ways to have done this. So yeah, if you guys know of any, please leave a comment below. Now for the interesting part is the lighting. So yeah, what did I do for the lighting? Let me activate the lights. What I'm doing, as you can see, let's look from it. You can see that there's a light shining from behind, like outside, from like a moonlight, and then it just splashes out. So what I have there is an area light. Yeah, an area light shining through there. If I use only the area light to light the whole scene, there's not going to be rim light for the character, because the way the area light is edged. And if I re-edge it to rim light the character, it's not going to light the floor like this. So what did I do? I created extra point lights that are going to light the edges of the character, so the rim of the character. There are point lights that are going to light the rim of the character. And then because the fire is small when it's first starting, before it becomes big, and I need to see like the character's face, but this is a really dark scene, as you guys can see. So I created a face light that is just orange to insinuate like there is fire there. So it's just like just lifting the face a little bit. It's not really doing much, because in the final this thing is still pretty really dark, the whole scene. So basically that's just it. And then the fire comes and takes over, and you know, like when the fire comes, the whole room is going to be illuminated. Yeah. So yeah, that's how this a struggle story was created. This was a really tough one, yeah, because the fire sim, I didn't know that I didn't know they choked like this, but yeah, and I really liked it because it's quite longer than what I normally do. So I would say like this is the longest rendered animation I've done. I think so, yeah. But what I have coming for you guys next, which is titled Another Struggle Story, which is quite, I don't know, funny. But anyways, that is a minute plus of animation. So you guys subscribe to my channel so that you catch it when it comes out. It is coming out this Friday. This Friday it's coming out, and you guys don't want to miss it. It's a beautiful piece of art, I'm telling you guys. So please subscribe, like, turn on notifications so that you'll be aware when it comes out. And I'm even going to put a snippet of it right now, so you guys can be gingered to subscribe. When you see this, you'll be like, I got to subscribe so I can see that when it comes out. And yeah, basically that's how this was created. And when that comes out, I will also have a video telling you how that was created. That was really fun, that was really long. And yeah, I'll be doing more stuff like this. So until next time, if ever RC, I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace and love.